Hello, I'm Topman Paul-Dike, and I want to say good day to you. Thank you for joining this section. Yeah, so I want to continue from where I stopped the last time. My aim is to get to the point where I will teach you, or share with you my knowledge of how to do more with bash scripts. Okay, so I will want to be as fast as I can be. Yeah. So I hope this is not confusing. I just have two tabs open here. One is um, Vagrant, and the other one is my computer itself. Right? You can see the prompts are different. you know, um, this is just a tab. These are just tabs. I hope that's not confusing. Right? Okay. I opened Vagrant because just in case I want to do some illustration that I don't want to do with my computer, I'll just use Vagrant. So welcome. You can invite others, ask others to join, let them come and learn. You can share the link. Please do well to share the link. And of course, if you like what I do and you like what you're saying, please do well to click the like button. Give me some thumbs up. Let's go into the matter. First of all, I need you to understand that Bash script is a programming language. In other words, Bash script is a language used to give a machine instructions, what to do. Okay, it's very important you note that. I have this video that I did on YouTube explaining a bit of Bash script in a way that someone that's meeting it for the first time we have something to say about it. Here it is. What is Bash script? So my target is not. I was not trying to be very professional here. I was trying to explain it in a way that it will make sense to someone who's just starting, especially an ALX student. Okay, so you want to see it if you're new to Bash script, because I don't want to be explaining too much. But just know that Bash script is a programming language. You can use it to write programs, right? So when we do all the stuff that we do, echo, let's say Topman, that's what echo does, right? It's echo is like the like print. Did I say this before? It feels like I've said this before. Echo is to bash what printf is to C, and what print is to Python. So you can give several instructions. There are loops as well, right? I think there is for loop. Is that while loop? I think so. Yeah, I think there is while loop, and then there is until loop. Yeah, so you can say for I in the range of 1 to, let's say, 5, do print whatever the value of I is, and I'm done. Oh, what is wrong with my syntax? Something did not work. Okay. I said value of $1 instead of $I. So that's it. Okay, so now it's printing 1 to 5. You can perform calculations here. You can say echo. Like I can declare variables here, right? I can say num1 equals, let's say, 40. Will this work? I think it will work. Usually it's good to use the export keyword to make it global. So export num1 equals 40 with no space. So if I come here and say hello, expand the content, expand num1. What is num1? Excuse me. Now it says 40, right? I can come and declare another variable again and say export num2, no space, equals, let me say 5. Okay, all right. It's just conventional to use uppercase, right? Lowercase will work, but it's conventional, and this guy is case sensitive, so they can't be the same. If I change any letter here to lowercase, they can't be the same thing. What I mean is, if I say export num1 equals, let me give you a string now, Topman Right. So if I now try to check the content, I say echo dollar. Let's not check all the variables. Echo dollar num one comma. Okay, let's do it like this. Echo hyphen e. Please don't ask more questions. Like, I'm not trying to teach bash script. I'm just trying to show you how that I do more with bash scripts. You want to know what hyphen e is doing? Maybe you want to read and make some research and learn. So let's say num1 is dollar num1. I hope this works. And then I want a new line here. Then I want it to say what now? Num1 is, I'm just hoping that this will work, is dollar num1, and then new line, and then num2 is dollar num2. When I put that, dollar is called expansion, right? In bash. So I'm saying expand, I'm saying hello, find out what num2 represents. Num2 is supposed to represent the value 5, right? And then num1 is supposed to represent the value 40. And then this num1 here in lowercase is supposed to represent the value Topman. Let's see if this works. So enter. Oh, so it worked. It worked. It's this guy that is making the new line character print as a new line. That's why I added this hyphen e after echo. So you see, things are happening. I mean, these are things you should just, try to get used to, try to learn, and try to do something more with it, more than passing some LX project and passing some checkouts. You just enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. So having known this, I can perform arithmetics. I can say echo dollar num1 plus dollar num2 equals dollar. Okay, I hope there's nothing too confusing here. This is an ordinary string. This is an ordinary, everything here, the space is an ordinary string, but this one is a variable. Okay, so it's expanded to its value, and then this is a new line character. I hope it's not confusing. You can post your questions. If there's something you don't understand, just ask your questions. I will surely answer you. Post your question as comments. I will respond. I will respond. And please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do it to subscribe. And please, if you're here to share the link, let others join. If you like what you're seeing right now, please do like it in real life. Don't just like it in your mind. And if you're watching the video later on YouTube, fine, you're welcome. You can still post your question if you have one. You can still share, you can still like, you can still subscribe if you're not subscribed to this channel. So I'm trying to do some arithmetics right now. That's why I'm using double. This is the syntax for it, right? So I'm using double open brackets. So I want you to add num1 and num2 for me. I have to put dollar sign here. So expand these and add them for me and give the answer. So you might want to enclose all of these in a string. It's not bad. I think it will still work if I don't do that. It's a good habit anyway. So echo this. Let's see whether this will work. Check out. Look at that. It's exciting right now. I feel excited. I've been doing it. Wow. Now this plus here is an ordinary string. It's just like when you're doing print f. Okay, let me now assume that everyone that is watching now knows C, but at least one programming language. So it's just like when you're when you're passing a string to it, and you have either a format specifier or the variable in here being concatenated with some strings. Okay, so this space here and this plus and this space, they are normal strings. That's why we have the space, the plus and the space here printing normally. This other space here too is a normal character. this other space here is a normal character. The rest of these things are not normal character. They are instructions that are supposed to be to expand to something else. So this 40 is for this 5 came from this, and this 45 came from the expansion of this, came from this arithmetic instruction here. Okay, so this other plus is different. This plus here is different from this other plus. This one is an arithmetic operator here because it is within double brackets, double circular brackets, while this one is an ordinary character. Isn't that interesting? That's interesting. It means I can build a calculator with bash. I can build a calculator with bash. So even the for loop I used earlier, I can make it. This guy understands. Let's say for alpha in the range of A to, let's say, A to E. So I don't want my whole terminal occupied. So understatement, I'll say do echo, print to the standard output the value of alpha at each iteration, PHA. Alright, and if you do that, you're done. Let's go. A, B, C, D, E. Isn't that interesting? Very interesting. So I could choose to write a script that can install something for me. I'm going to explain some of my script, right? But I'm just trying to take it bit by bit, because you might see some things that might look, I'll be like, you're explaining, but I'm not understanding it, like that, So all these things I did now on the command line directly, I could put them inside a file and make the file executable, like you've seen from the former video. And when I run the file, or the executable file, the instructions will be carried out. I could write. Let me do this. Let me talk about command line argument. Argv, argc, you know that, right? Argv, argc, you should be familiar with something like this. I'm not going to be teaching from the scratch, but let's see how we work with command lines, command line arguments. So I'm going to write a bash script now. So I'll use vim. So vim, where am I? I don't like my work being crowded, so I'm going to make a new directory. I'll call it bash. No, bash. Oh, it's not okay. Bash is fine. So let me move into bash. So now I'm going to clear the screen. Everything is empty now. So let me create a new script. I'll call this one add. Okay. So if I do add.sh, it's not bad because that's the extension. This is a shell script, but I could choose to leave it as add. And if I go here and say, okay, what I want you to do is to echo, let me get the same instruction I used there. So let me just close this for now. Save and close. No. Escape. Right and quit. Okay, let me. Oh, I cleared it. Oh, it's still here. No. So let me get this instruction now. I'm going to copy it. I want to make a script that will add 2 numbers. So let's go again, vim add. Alright, so of course you know how we roll, right? You need this line. If you want it to run as a script, you need this line. Of course it might work, but you want it to be portable. You want it to not only work on your own computer, to work on other computer systems. So let's do this. Let me just do it like this so I don't confuse anybody. So bin bash, and then I'm going to paste that stuff here. And what I want to do this time, but the difference this time is that I don't want it to go and count any variable. I want it to get the first argument passed to the file and add it to the second argument passed to the file, right? And then it should add. How do I do this? Bang 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 bang. Okay, yeah, that's it. It should now add both of them here. Yeah. What I mean is this: $1 represent anything passed as an argument. Any first argument passed is $1. Any second argument passed is $2. And then this will add them together. What do I mean? Before I execute the script, let me explain that further. Okay, if I say, if before I do that one, let me do another one. Sorry, ag. Let me call it ag v. So vim ag v. I'm going to start with the first line as well as this shebang command bin bash. And why am I even giving space here? Okay, so I'm going to say echo, let's say echo $1. Okay, let me say echo $3. All right, I'm saying hello, print out a third argument passed to you. That's what I'm saying. So if I save and quit right now, the file is here. If I make it executable, so I'm going to do change mode. I'm using wildcard to say everything, do it to everything that is here. I hope that wasn't confusing. You know, normally I would have done. Okay, if you follow the former video, you should know. You should not be confused here, right? I'm just saying add the permission to execute to the user. Add it to every file that is in this current directory, and both of them turn green, meaning that they are executable. So if I do /ag v and say Topman Paul-Dike, it does not do anything because I've asked it to print the third argument $3. So this is $1, this is $2, this is $0. Okay, so if I now go up, if I add a third argument, I say teacher. Let's see what happens now. It goes to echo this guy, teacher. If I go back to that file and say, where's that file? Vim ag, and say hello, it is the, you can see it's looking like syntax right now. And say hello, it is actually only the second argument $2 that I want you to print, and then save it and quit. I don't need to make it executable again. It's already executable, right? If I run this particular command that I run here again now, it will go for the second argument passed to it. See that? So if I want it to print all now, how do I make it print all? How do I make it print all? I will go back to my script and say $#. I think that works. Yeah, $#. Although there's this practice of always enclosing this thing in double quote, but you can see it's working even when I don't enclose it in double quote. Let's see now. So if I now do this, okay, that guy is the ag-c. Interesting. That guy is counting everything. So it's counting that it's let me see this. Excuse me. Let me do some experiment. I was actually expecting it to print out the argument and not count it, but that's cool. Let me see whether it was this guy that made it count it. Okay, so that's what it does. It counts it. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to look for a way to print them all. I want to print them all out. I'm going to do that. So let me see. If I change this to $@, will your behavior change? $@, save, run my file again. Aha, that's it. Okay, so this one is like the ag-c, and this one is like the ag-v. The array of what if ags. Oh, I hope that is not strange. Ag-c, ag-v, ag-c counts it. Ag-c, I'm saying ag and c instead of ag-v. And what it does is to count how many arguments is given to this guy. Because I passed 3 arguments, it counted 3 arguments. If I had passed 10 arguments, you know, as long as it meets space, it will count this one as 1, this one as 2, and count all of them and give me the count. You know, if I had given, so that $@ now is not accessing, is like the ag-v, the array of all the strings. So it printing everything. What if I wanted to print on new lines? I just run a for loop. I'll be like, can I do that? Let me see. I can say for ag in $@. And would this work? Let me see. Okay, for ag in $@. I'm not sure whether this syntax was echo do echo arg and then done da. Let's try. So let's try arg. Oh, come again. There's something I'm missing. Do echo, not echo arg, echo dollar arg. Okay, so don't give me the string arg, but echo what is inside the variable arg. Okay, let's see. Oh, it worked. Wow. What did I just do here? If you know to use for loop, this is not too much. This thing would have been anything. It could be foul. For foul in this, echo. I was the one that gave it that name. Okay, for foul in this, do this. So I'm iterating through it. All right. Let's see whether it work. Do it again. So it's working. So if I add some more name, student, musician, it prints everything. Okay, that's by the way. Now I'm coming closer. Now let's can I now run the other one? So add. Now you now understand better what this guy is doing. Add. Let me put hyphen n so it cuts with line numbers. So it even has only two instructions, two lines of instructions. Okay, so you now understand that I'm saying that whatever is passed to you as the first argument, print that thing, print space, print plus, print space, and print whatever is passed as the second argument, and print space, and print equal to, and print space, and then go and perform this arithmetics. Add whatever was passed as the first argument to whatever was passed as the second argument, and print it out as the solution. As the remaining part of this string, this whole string here. Okay, let's see whether that works. So if I go add add 2, put space, put 4, this should print 2 plus 4 equals 6. Let's see. Let me even clear my screen so you see it better. Let me do that again. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Isn't that amazing? See bash script doing wonders. So if I say 30 and 5, even if I pass some more numbers here, it will do what I ask it to do and leave the other ones and ignore the other ones. I didn't ask it to do anything with these ones. So what if I now come and add and play with it and say, okay, add A and B for me. So it will print A plus B, but when it goes here, it does not know what to add. I mean, what is A, what is B? See, everything becomes equal to 0. This is the place where it becomes more interesting. I will now listen and say, oh, somebody may want to use my program, and we'll start adding letters, we'll start adding rubbish, what is not making sense. How do I now check to make sure that this is a real number? I am the one to go to the program and say, okay, let me look for a way to control that, to check for all of those and say, okay, if this person did not pass number as this guy, if this guy is not equal to a number, throw an error and say, hey, it must be a number. If this guy is not equal to a number, say it must be a number. What if I don't want the person to be able to? Let me even take off this line. It doesn't look useful. Okay, saving again. Now, what if the person comes and do this thing that I did here? And you want to be able to check. It is you. Your program will not have enough sense to check. You are the one that will check. That will put the instruction for it to check. So you can say, I can add a line that say, hey, if this thing is more than 2 arguments, don't take it. Tell the person, hey, don't put more than 2 arguments. If this thing is just 1 argument, okay, see what will happen now if I give this 1 argument. Only 1 argument. Let's say 4. You see, it just throws up an error. Meanwhile, I could check for it in my file and say if this thing is only 1 argument. Let me do that. Let me do that now. Briefly. Let me say. Come on, enter. If how do I do that? If since we now know that dollar hash is counting the arguments. So we'll say if dollar this guy is I think I want to use it like this, is equal to, let me put this here, is equal to 1. I mean, if it's only 1, what do I want you to do? Then come on, so here, echo echo 1, please provide 2 numbers. And then I say exits with the exit value of -1, and then that will be all. So I will now close my if block by doing fi. All right, so that means it won't get to this point. If my syntax is correct, it won't get to this point. EQ means, let's see whether it works first before I start explaining. WQ, and then now let's go. So let's do that thing again. Only 1 number. My syntax is not correct then. Something, binary operator expected. Binary operator expected. Let's see. Oh, okay. This guy is for strings, right? So that means this guy will work. Will this work? Will this work? Let's try. Let's try again. Look at that, it's working. It's working right now. So the guy I use, that EQ actually stands for equal to, but it's for strings, comparing strings, right? But this one I was comparing integers, you know, $hash in this program here. This $hash is number, is an integer, right? It sums up the number of argument passed, and now we're saying that if the number of arguments equal to 1, so the EQ I used before was wrong. That one is used to compare strings. Okay, but it still does similar thing. So I'm saying please provide 2 numbers. Now my program is working better than printing some strange error that a user will not understand. You know, the user will not understand. So it will not even get to this point, to this line of code. Alright, I think now I can go and start explaining my codes, my scripts that are working. Remember that this add, I could choose to move it to my, let me clear this screen. I could choose to move the bash. Let me just do that once more, just in case you did not see the former video. Sudo mv move this add to / let's say user / bin. I could move it to bin directly. I could move it to user / bin. It's still fine. And then once I move to this place, and once I press enter, because it's my computer system, it will ask for my sudo password, right? So this is my own password. If it happens in your computer system, you should know your own password. All right, so I think that is, oh, I missed the password. They hold me, hey, before the whole word. Okay, so it is moved. It's no more here. It means I cannot call it as a command. I cannot call it as a command and say, if I do this, let's say 45, it tells me please provide 2 number. If I do this, I say 45 and 2. Look at that. It's adding. It's working like a command, but I don't want it there. So let me go and move it back. So go back to that place. Of course, I have to use the sudo command. Yes, you know what? Because I'm accessing a place that is dangerous. So you need to be careful, right? / usr / bin, and the file is add. Bring it back to dot to this place. What's that? Is it running like this? Okay. ls. Okay, I actually ran the program. I did not put the mv. Okay, so I should check now. ls is here. It's back here. Now I haven't done that. I want to go and explain my script now. You just know. You can. Let me like I want to update this thing, you can write a bash script that updates your system. You just give it an instruction and it will do it for you. You know, Vim. You now put after putting your you can name the bash script I and say and give it the shebang command and say what it should do for you is sudo um, apt update. You know, and then make it executable. Send it to your bin. Anytime you just die I, it will start updating. That's you having a custom command. Now, where will I start from now?